It's been a long time, and I've been out here for a while, and my gimbal would not work. I'm outside the Cinemac in Antelope Valley, as you can see. It's really nice out here today. I was filming in Starbucks earlier, and the annoying thing about filming in Starbucks is once you go live, you're basically filming with copyright music in the background, and it doesn't make sense, so. But I'm here today, and I have a few things in my mind. First is the event that's coming up very soon. We have the American Film Awards coming up very soon on the 22nd of February. That's my main thing. So I'll be talking about that. And so far, everything is looking good. We're on target. COVID-19 protocols in LA County and LA City. We're abiding by all the rules. We're making sure everything's on point. It's a limited sitting. Everybody can't be there. So please get your tickets in time. Once the gate closes on that, I can't help you too much because with COVID, I have no power. It's a government thing. So you have to get your tickets in time so we can make it happen. Forgive me, I'm not expert at using the gimbal, but actually I should stay on this side because you guys can see the movie theater. It's a beautiful movie theater. This is the Cinemac. What I like about the Cinemac is it reminds me of Europe. You have kettle corn, In America, generally you have salt in your popcorn, but in Europe you have kettle corn. And I just got used to kettle corn over the years. So I like the Cinemark serves that, In fact, there's a Cinemark in the South Bay Pavilion in Carson that sells kettle corn. And I go there just for that. It's just a different taste, Like a different taste in my popcorn. There's a story that I want to tell you guys, about American Film Awards because people often ask me, how did you come about creating a brand as such? And what happened was about 20 years ago, I came to the States 20 years ago to make films. I just came in to direct films, produce films, try and be something, I think I saw Love Jones in 98, Lawrence Tate, and Nia Long. And when I saw that film, I said, I can do this. I can definitely do this. So I wrote a script called Snowflake and Hustle, brought it to the States. Didn't get a break, so I shot it myself in 2001. And in 2004, I was in a restaurant in North Hollywood, and I've heard a conversation, a bunch of guys talking next door. In that same restaurant, Eric LaSalle was there with a real hot date, she, a tall guy, from ER. Anyway, say hello. And then I was getting to my food or whatever I was doing. I had a meeting there. And anyway, as I was in the restaurant having dinner, I heard a few guys talking two tables away from me. They were talking about Tom Cruise. And someone said that Tom Cruise would never win the Academy Award. He would never win the Academy Award. And I said, in my mind, the reasons they gave, this was around the time that Tom may have done this film, The Last Samurai or something like that, I'm not sure. But he had a movie out, and, it was a good film. There was a buzz about it, and the Academy Awards they aired, there was a big buzz about it. But these guys were insisting that Tom will never win an Academy Award. And I said, okay, what kind of man or woman or entity has the kind of power to decide on that man's destiny? Who's this person that's a gatekeeper that can say, listen, you can't make a film. If you make a film, we can't give you an award because you're nobody or because you're too much of a person. For whatever reason, somebody has the power, at the time, had the power to stop Tom from getting an award, getting an Academy Award. And that stuck with me. I went home. I thought about it and I said to myself, I want to be the kind of man that can make a decision. I want to be in the kind of seat that allows me to make that kind of decision. Not because I don't want to give you awards, but actually the exact opposite. I don't want people to be discriminated against or excluded from things. And so I felt like I needed to create a brand that would do that. Now, the American Film Awards was trademarked around 06, 07. But we opened our doors in 07 for the first one, the very first one. Now, this is our 16th annual American Film Awards. It's coming up on the 22nd of February. So 16 years later, the brand is taking a different shape because now you have Oscar So White. So much has happened since then. Chris Rock made a famous joke when Jada Pinkett said we should boycott the Oscars a few years ago. And the joke he made is, how can black people boycott an event they're not even invited to? Think about that for a second. How can black people boycott an event that they're not even invited to? In other words, black people are mad at something they can't even get. And it makes a lot of sense. Some guy in the 1900s created Hollywood, a bunch of guys. Why would they give it to you? It's all about ownership. It's all about ownership. When you create it, you own it, you're the boss. Nobody can fire you. You're in charge of it. So I remember this guy asking me in a meeting, when do you guys close entries? Do you close entries around December or January? I said to him, we close entry when I say we close entries. Submit your film. I'm in charge. God is behind me, but I'm in charge, bro. So don't get it twisted. All the rules stop here. All the signatures stop here. It's not about being pompous. It's not about being confident. It's just a fact. It's just a legal fact, you know. So somebody called Elia Kazan owned the actor studio. You know, you think about the setup 20th Century Fox 100 years ago. You know, the Warner Brothers, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Fox Searchlight, 20th Century Fox. These studios are owned by people just like you and I. DreamWorks, SGK, Spielberg, Geffen, Katzenberg. I think Katzenberg even owns Quibi or Peacock or something. These guys own streaming channels today. These guys own brands that you and I depend on. If Spotify wasn't there, Jay-Z would not go do Tidal. We have to own our brands. We can't see. Sam Walker got $600 for 1 million streams on Spotify. We're complaining about it, yes. But you gotta go get your own streaming channel. You know, so you can have a say on the table. I like a line from Kanye West recently. He said, and a song called My Life Hasn't Been Easy, right? With the Game. Shout out to the Game. Kanye said, I brought nothing to the table because I am the table. I know you guys brought some things to the table, but listen, I'm the table. I ain't bringing a damn thing. I won't bring a thing to the table because I am the table. Now, this transfers over to many aspects of your life. Sometimes you got to declare what you want. You got to declare how it's going to be. And what happens is the universe starts to match in your favor. The universe begins to move in your direction. So, this event represents so much more than just an award show because it represents ownership in Hollywood. It represents us being at the table with our own chairs. You pull up to the table. Warner Bros. Pulls up the table. Netflix pulls up to the table. American Music Awards pulls up to the table with the Grammys. The American Film Awards pulls up to the table with the Oscars. We at the table. We got to discuss this then. Let me tell you what's crazy about this generation and film in this generation. You can have a big movie and it will flop. Spider-Man can flop. Fast and the Furious can flop. You don't have to, if you spend $400 million in a movie, there's no guarantee we're going to see it. Some kid on Twitter could say, I hate it. And some kid on Netflix, on Facebook says, I hate it. And I keep my love it on Instagram, but some kid on TikTok might say it's crap. If they say it's crap, if 10 million people say it's crap, then it's crap. You just lost $400 million. That's why it's so precarious to be in the movie industry now. And that's why almost all our brands, we got it on. So, the American Film Awards website is THEAFAS. Get your tickets there. And I'll see you there in LA Live. All right. And so, I didn't want to keep this too long. And God bless you and all that you do. And I'll see you later.